Hey, you guys, it's Miss Alexander, and today we're working with Engage in New York, Module 3, Lesson 17. And I turned this into a 2-day progress. We're going to represent and solve division problems requiring decomposing a remainder in the tens. Right now, we are looking at our vocabulary words. We have divisor, dividend, quotient, and remainder. And if you notice, my remainder, my quotients kind of changed. Quotient before wasn't colored, but I'll show you why I did it. And then remainder is still orange. It's just more of a grayish orange. So let's look at our words. We have the divisor. That is how many friends we have. So how many we have that we're splitting our dividend up into. And our dividend is the total amount of what we have. And now remember, our quotient is how many groups of our divisors we have. And then the remainder is how many we have left over that doesn't go into our divisor. So I'm going to go ahead and step on down. Let's look at our first problem. Our first problem is 3 divided by 2. So we know this 3 is our dividend and our 2 is our divisor. Now remember how I said our quotients change colors, and it's because of this on this side. When I go and add up my 2's, I wanted it to be a little more easier if possible for you guys to see how the answers are coming out. So right now I'm adding up my 2's. So I did 2 plus 2, which equals 4, plus 2, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8, plus 2, which is 10, and then plus 2, which is 12. Now, do you see these numbers on the side? This is the same as 1 times 2. This is 2 times 2, 3 times 2, 4 times 2, 5 times 2, and 6 times 2. So all the light blue numbers are actually our multiples of 2's. And it's also our product of taking that 2 and multiplying to the number to the right. So once I have that, I have to figure out how many times can I pull 2 out of 3. So I'm going to go look at my light blue numbers. I have 2, 4. I know 3 is in between 2 and 4. So I'm going to go here with the 2. The first thing I look at is which number do I multiply by 2 to get 2. And I see that it's 1. So over the 3 in the quotient, I write a 1. 1 times 2, and this is where the light blue number comes in, is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 is my new dividend. So now I have to look how many groups of 2 can I pull out of 1? And I see that my first number is 2, so there is no number I can pull out. So this is my remainder. So up here by my R, I'm going to hit 1. So this first problem is 3 divided by 2 equals 1 with a remainder of 1. Now we're going to go in and check our work. So I'm going to click check my work, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to scribble. As I'm scribbling, I am doing the divisor, which is 2. And I'm going to multiply it by the quotient. So this is divisor. This is the quotient. Now I'm going to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. And I need to add in my remainder. Two plus 1 is 3. And this is my dividend. So this is how this looks when we're doing to check our work. So we always multiply the divisor by the quotient, add in a remainder to give us our dividend. So I'm saying our dividend is 3. So I'm going to hit save and close. And what's my dividend? It is 3. So this actually worked out nicely. This is how you check your work to make sure you have the correct answer. Let's go to the next problem. We have 30 divided by 2. This is what I meant by up here in our thing, decomposing remainders in the tens. So let's go look at this one. So again, my quotient is 30. My bad. My dividend is 30. My divisor is 2. And because I already have this written out, I don't see why you can't just quick copy it, copy, and then come to this box and hit paste. Because we already have it done. And if you know it's correct, we don't have to change it. So again, we look at how many times does 2 go into 3. So again, it's the same as this problem above. We know that it's 1 time, and 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have the same thing, except for we have this extra number. I know it's a 0, but it's the difference between 3 and 30. So because we haven't touched the 0, we need to bring it down. So I went from my dividend being 30 by subtracting and ending up with a dividend of 10. So now we look at the 2 into 10. So I'm going to look. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I've got the exact number. So I'm going to look to the right, and I see that it's 5 times 2. So over here in the quotient over the 0, I'm going to write the 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, and 10 minus 10 is 0. So ladies and gentlemen, there's a few things you can do. You can leave it like this, or if you want, you can put it up here and write 0. Either way is good with me. I just leave it alone because why do extra work? So now we need to check our work. We're going to see what 2 times 15 is. What's great is I don't have a remainder to add in. So I'm going to quick jump into here, hit my scribble. I have 15 in my quotient and 2 in my divisor. Now I'm going to quick multiply. I've got 2 times 5, which is 10. So my 0 gets dropped, my 1 gets carried. 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1, which is 3. So remember, this is my quotient. This is my divisor. And this is my dividend. Oh, my END didn't want to stay. Okay, now I'm going to hit save and close and see if my dividend is 30. And look at that, you guys, it is. It is 30. So that is 1. Let's look at 2 more problems. That's about the same. So we're here at 4 divided by 2. So I'm going to quick come here and just paste because it's still 2. So I know my 2 is my divisor and my 5 is my dividend. If I could hit 5, oh well. Make mistakes, learn from it, keep moving on. So I need to figure out how many groups of 2 I can pull out of 5, you guys. So remember the dividends inside the division sign and the divisors on the outside. So I'm going to look. I have 2, 4, 6. I know that 5 between 4 and 6, and I need the smaller number. So I'm going to go 4. I got to figure out 2 times what number is 4, and I can look to the right and see that it's 2. So up here in the quotient, I'm going to write 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 minus 4 is 1. And we know we can't take 2 out of 1, so we go up to our remainder here and put it there. So now I need to go in and do my multiplication. So I'm going to check my work. I'm going to do 2 times 2, which is 4, and I've got to add in my remainder, which gives me 5. So my dividend should be 5. So let's go look at that. My dividend is 5. Look at that, you guys. I think Mrs. Alexander's starting to understand. So let's look at the next problem. Again, we're doing 2s. So I'm going to go here and just paste it again. So right here, my divisor is 2, and my dividend is 50. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. 2 goes into 5 how many times? So we know that it's 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. But remember, we're going from 5 to 50. So see this 0? We haven't touched it. We need to, so we will bring it down. 2 goes into 10 how many times? So I'm going to look at my light blue numbers and look. So these are my multiples of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 10. So 2 times what number gives me 10? It's 5. So up here in the quotient, I'm going to write 5. And then 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 10 to get 0. So I need to check my work. So I'm going to bounce it in my check your work. I'm going to hit scribble. The answer was, the quotient was 25. And I'm going to multiply it by 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So my 0 gets dropped. My 1 gets carried. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And I think that's what our dividend was. Let's go look. And if I make this just a little bigger, there we go. Our dividend is 50, and it matches up. So remember, while you're doing this, to take your time and have fun with it. You can do this. Remember, you need the quotient. You need to do your subtracting. You can do this, you guys. Have fun with it. And remember, as you're doing it, to smile, giggle, and wiggle. Bye.